Do karaoke.
Oh, we could.
I don't know the
Yeah,
words.
I don't know.
Alrighty. Hopefully someone will tune in soon. Another live Q&A, guys.
All good?
You reckon?
Yep,
Cool.
looks good.
So yeah, some of you might have seen, so this will get posted again.
Yeah.
So yeah, we can just talk as if somebody's watching right now.
Yeah, so we can just talk to each other.
That's what we're doing. Well, that's what we're going to do for start, for sure. So
Definitely.
yeah, some of you might have seen... Wait, hey! You
Hello.
got to say goodbye. I mean, hello.
It's Jodie. Hi, Jodie.
Hello, Jodie. How are you? If you hit that, there you go. You can wave. If you have any questions, Jodie,
Feel free to ask.
send questions in. We prefer your questions. We obviously want to answer what people want to know. Otherwise, we are just going to ramble on as we are. As I was saying before, we did one of these yesterday. Something we want to do a bit more often, just to give out questions that people really want to ask. And live's just a bit of a fun way of doing it. If we don't get any questions, that's cool. We've got topics to sort of explain and go sort of with that.
Yes.
Should we just get straight into it? Jodie, don't. Oh, she's gone.
Damn. That's okay. Let's get straight into it. Alright.
Breathing.
Is it important? Definitely.
Nah.
Who needs to breathe?
Nah.
That's fine.
Hello, Dash. What's going on? Tash, send some question.
Ooh, hi Dash. Definitely breathing is important during your training. Depending on the breathing that you're at. So you've
Exactly.
got the diaphragm breathing, especially lifting heavier weights, just to keep your spine in line. Also, just during intensity workouts as well, you want to keep breathing, otherwise you're just going to faint and lose concentration.
And a lot of people do hold their breath.
Exactly.
Or breathe too much, breathe too
Yep.
fast, don't
Yeah.
breathe deep enough, breathe too deep.
Yep, and this is also for the ladies as well. So if you're suffering incontinence and you're holding your breath, it's not ideal whatsoever. You'd be rushing off
Right.
to the bathroom, of course. So breathing, very important. So you got your diaphragm breathing and you just got your regular breathing as well. Just depending what sort of exercise you're doing, it's definitely a go. So don't want to not.
Don't wanna not breathe,
We don't want you to
yeah.
pass out on sessions. That's
So
for
yeah,
sure.
with breathing, like that's something, even like breathing out on your certain parts of your exercise, breathing in on certain parts of your
Yep.
exercise, the general rule of thumb that's out there, breathe out on the effort part or your concentric
Yep.
contraction part, which is the effort. So if you say you're doing a lift when you're lifting, and then there's always like exceptions to the rules in terms of sort of what you're getting at before, like with posture. Like if you're going out on the effort part, let's say like a seated row or something like that, and you breathe out, you cave your chest a bit.
That's
but
right.
what you want to do is like
Yep.
emphasize that, which comes with breathing in. So then I'm always like, if you can sort of try swoop around. Dill! Another Dill. Got 2 Dills. What's going on, Dill? Send me a question, man. So yeah, that's a big thing. Like yeah, the general rule of thumb, breathe out on the effort part.
Yep.
But don't always do that. Said do not disturb me, phone. That's another thing I was going to get on when we sort of just said let's talk about some breathing stuff. People that like stress about, well, they panic because they're holding their breath because it's a stressful exercise, because it's intense.
Something I'm not used to.
Yes, and then that's just a recipe for like not doing as good as possible. So
yeah.
depending on what they're doing, there's obviously you can
Hey
say
Laura!
Laura!
Send us a
Wait,
question.
we can probably. Where's Laura?
She's
just
next
down
door.
there. Manu! Manu's in. Alrighty. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, Manu.
So yeah, just like try to stay calm with your breathing.
Hey Laura.
So that's these things.
Yep.
Yeah, just like try to. Oh, we're going. Come back. Hey. So yeah, trying to stay calm when you're breathing. Don't panic and don't get out of breath and don't like I can't breathe. Like when you're running. Like you can breathe in your sleep. You can breathe when you're doing bloody exercise.
That's
Trust
right.
me.
It's just finding that right technique for yourself to get through your exercise. So running wise, to breathe, you want to breathe in the nose and out the mouth to keep yourself calm and to actually push through the exercise, especially if you're doing long endurance running. So that is one big tip. A lot of people breathe through their mouth, in and out, and then obviously you get parched and then you give up.
That's another
So,
thing, like drying out.
Yep.
Yeah, 100%. And then even like something I did a lot when I was used to do a lot of running. So like controlling your breathing, like don't breathe in and then just go like, you know, you got to be descriptive with this.
Exactly.
Thing. You don't want to just blow it all out at once, you know, like breathe in, not hold it, but breathe in and don't just blow it all out at once. Like
Yeah, control.
keep it controlled because control will lead you to not stressing out, and then it'll work. Everything will work a lot better.
Yep.
Breathing. Anything else on breathing? That's a good tip that like I think most people know.
Yeah.
Manu, question. Both of your opinions. What are the most important supplements when starting a body transformation?
That's your question.
No, it's for both. I think. What are, in both of your opinions? Would you like to go first? Would you like me to?
No,
go
you
first?
go first because I really don't. What was
Okay, so the
again?
question is, what are the most important supplements, if any, when starting a body transformation?
Protein?
I kind of want to say, like, we will go with one. So, do you need supplements? No. If the question is, what is the most important one? I'm gonna go. Oh, this is where it's hard because I'm gonna go protein for.
Video was paused. Is that face expression great?
Mine?
Not sure.
Ah, no. The video might be paused. One of them will be working. We're just going to keep talking.
Yep.
Hopefully it kicks back in or something.
We've still got people on mine, so maybe it's just yours.
I'm going to try that. Oh. If it comes back on, Manu, yell out.
Yeah, let us
we're going to
know.
answer the question to you, camera 2. So yeah, I'm going to go with protein. I think that for simplicity and getting enough protein is often quite hard, especially when a lot of people just don't like eating that much meat, which is where you're going to get the bulk of your protein.
Yeah.
So I think if I had to say there is, what's the question? The most important supplement in a body transformation, I'm going to go protein. Plus protein, if we're talking body transformation, we don't know if he's going fat up, fat down, we don't know what his transformation is. I'm going to say for everything, you need protein.
Yeah.
For bulking, you don't need a fat burner.
No.
For cutting, you don't need a fat burner. I'm saying protein.
I said protein first before you even.
Oh
mentioned it.
yeah, you said go first and you butted in.
That's how I do. That's,
Paused. Oof.
Yep. Definitely protein. Like Dylan said, you don't always get enough protein from your meats and any other source of food. So having protein powder to include is your ideal. Yeah, so that would be my main one as well, because
Yeah.
I don't really take a lot of other supplements besides protein.
Yeah,
So
I don't think-
and probably like BCAAs. It's probably the only other one just to help with like muscle recovery, but that's probably about it.
Mano, hit me up if it come back on.
Yeah.
It says it's back on. Protein, yeah. A few people have joined on this one. If you guys have any questions, I'm not sure if they are. They're your.
Yeah. Who have we got? Roz and
G. Chesworth.
Yeah.
Manu, it's back on! We're live! We're back on!
Yeah, guys. Just
For those
give
that
me
weren't watching,
questions.
we've been paused.
Yeah. You have to go to mine. Oh, you probably missed it actually.
So yeah, Manu, we answered your question. You'll see it later, man. Hopefully you got to see it. I don't know how it works. We're still learning this live thing. As I said, we just started this yesterday.
Yeah.
I hadn't lived before until last week when some of us boys training here, we lived that. So we're learning.
This is the first love for me.
First live. Laura's first live.
High five. You.
Good one. Cool. I reckon. So yeah, we've got a couple of topics again. So yeah, guys, if you are watching, send a question. If not, we're going to cover our own topics. The next one we just wrote down cellulite.
A lot of girls were asking.
Whoa! We got a real question. We'll come back to that one. Nice. Cellulite. Let's cover cellulite.
Can you get rid of cellulite? No.
I don't think so.
No.
I think it's in your genes, And obviously, I think if whatever your body fat percentage got to and come
Yeah.
down from and stuff like that, there's all that sort of things that come into it. I think cellulite. Hi D, is that D?
Yeah.
What's going on, D? Hey D. Oh, we got Brett. Brett's banging question. Yeah, so cellulite. I think it's definitely in your genes, whether you're going to have it or not. Obviously, things like that, like your fat going up and down and stuff like that, will contribute. But I've seen very lean girls with cellulite, and obviously we've seen people with a bit more fat with cellulite. That's my opinion. And I don't have cellulite, and to be honest,
He's
I
a
don't
lucky
think
bastard.
I don't think I've had. Maybe my legs are just too hairy, so you just can't see what's underneath.
There's one big thing girls
I haven't-
are self-conscious about is the cellulite. But I have cellulite, I'm not gonna lie. But it's just the matter of not letting it get to you. I guess it's a big mind thing to try and deter away from people thinking that they're watching you and judging you for your cellulite, which they're not actually doing whatsoever. So it's just all self-confidence when it comes down to that as well.
Hey, Smash.
Brett just put up something before regarding the breathing. He said not a lot of people realize that they're holding their breath or breathing, they just gas out earlier, with early effects, which is very true.
People just don't know, yeah.
Exactly.
Which is cool because I mean, when we're training people, obviously we're like, stop holding your breath, and they're like, I didn't know. Like, well, now
Yeah.
you do. It just comes with practice.
It does, yeah. I tell all my clients, breathe, and then they're like, oh yeah, let's start breathing.
Ashley,
yeah,
we
that's
need
good.
questions. I know you got some good questions. You're always asking questions. So yeah, Brett, yeah, that's so true. Like, people just don't understand. They don't realize. But yeah, it comes with practice and just being aware. Once you're aware that first time and you know how it feels to be out of breath when it is something that's wrong.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, maybe when you do like sprints and you're fully gassed anaerobically and then you're really gassed aerobically, you are out of breath, but
Yeah.
that doesn't come unless it's like a super duper maximal effort, like
Yeah.
minute to 2 minute sprint.
There is, but there's also like if people have sinus issues.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And have broken their
Yeah.
nose so many times that they're unable to
Like me.
breathe probably through their nose. So like the big thing breathing is in the nose, out the mouth. A lot of people can't breathe through the nose, so trying to breathe in and out of the mouth, and especially going to exhaustion,
Yeah.
that's when they get sad. Hey, Brett.
Has Brett broken his nose? Has he got a nose as big as mine?
No.
You can always breathe through this.
Yeah, that's massive, man. The camera doesn't help, it's like zoomed right in.
Get some close-up action.
Don't scare people away.
Oh, now they're talking to each other. How good. There was another question back here. The best one piece of advice for a beginner. You go first.
Start slow. Build your way up.
Oh.
And no, like as in a lot of beginners, they'll be like, yes, I want to do that. And it'll be
Gung-ho.
something heavy and ridiculous, and technique isn't right. Technique is one big thing that you need to get there, and just starting slow. So start from the beginning and work your way up. Work light, then go heavy. So yeah, major technique and just go slow. A lot of people want fat loss straight away or weight loss,
Yeah.
and they want the simplest things.
Don't
It
go for the
takes
simple
time.
things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have some patience.
Exactly.
Yeah, my thing for a beginner would just be to start to, like, I guess once you're in the gym, you've began. If you're a beginner, you have begun. That's the hard step, you know, getting past that bit. Congrats on the
Can you
bike.
finish what you're saying?
This is what happened yesterday. I forgot what I was saying, which is cool. I don't mind forgetting stuff like that. Jelly Bee 34.
Hey.
Sick name. I love jelly beans. I should have got jelly beans. What the hell was I talking about?
I don't know. You're
Beginning.
Yes,
You've done the hard bit. Get good advice. You know, find people who you think are correct and right and know what they're talking about.
Definitely.
Whoever that is, take their advice and just try your hardest. Cool. What's this thing? Congrats on the buys. I was becoming so... How do you find time to do everything involved in running the business, such as marketing, planning, and still finding time for yourself? Whew. That's a question that I'm always struggling with. Really good question. I know Ash has started her own business recently, and I can only imagine how it's really cool actually having a room. An event like a...
Event coordinator? No?
Not an event coordinator, she like hires out like equipment and like chairs and cool stuff like that, and it's
Nice.
so cool. Like I kind of just want to go to Broome and have a party. How do I find time? I think it's just is it about time? How do I find the time? Yeah, it's just prioritizing time to do all these different things. And then there's I'm not the best at it. I know there's times where I'm missing on doing these certain things because I've prioritized these. Like right now I'm sitting at the gym doing a live Q&A video. I could be doing a million other things. I definitely am doing this right now because it's a good idea. We're doing this for a reason, to pump out some knowledge bombs and help the world. It's just priorities. I'm also not... I don't need a lot of time for myself, you know. I think, like, you probably agree, surely, like, working for yourself, that's, like, time for yourself, because, you know, it's what you want to do.
Yeah.
Doing shit on the weekends, I make sure I get to see my friends, people I care about, stuff like that.
It's pretty much just making yourself a schedule. So you just need to prioritize work, lifestyle, of course, and downtime. So, like, I work 2 jobs and try and socialize the best that I can, as well as running my business.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of giving a certain amount of stuff to do each day for for all 3 things. Like, yes, you're gonna sacrifice some social
That's
time.
another thing, yeah. Sacrifice.
Yeah, and you're also gonna sacrifice some of your work stuff. But
Yeah.
it's just a matter of prioritizing it, whether that it's really important or whether it's not. So weekends, of course, we try and do as much as we can with families and stuff, and friends, and try and make during the week our business related projects. But sometimes you may have events on during the week for socializing due to birthdays or whatever.
Yeah.
So, but you just need to prioritize it.
I think it's prioritizing on the go as well. Like, what is the right thing to do at the time? You're never going to, well, I don't know if you're ever going to get it right. It's just about prioritizing at the time what feels like the most productive or the best thing to do for whatever the outcome it is that you want at that time.
Yeah, definitely.
If I'm feeling like I'm stressing out, I got a lot of shit going on at work, I got a lot of shit going on, blah, 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 and I go, you know what, Thomas, we're jumping in the car, we're driving down to the beach, my phone's staying in the car, it's just me, the dog, and a tennis ball.
Yep.
And I know that sort of calms me down from the stress in life.
Yep.
But I also know that now I might have been planning on doing an hour of work at that time. Now I've either sacrificed that or I have to sacrifice something else to make up that hour.
Yeah.
But at the time, the best thing for me was take the dog for a walk down the beach. So I went and did that.
Definitely.
So
Which, if you've got to do that, you've also got to put yourself first. So if you are really stressing due to work-related stuff or just overwhelmed, you need downtime for yourself. Otherwise, you're going to burn yourself out, and you're not going to, or you'll be out for even longer to be able to do any business work or anything like that. So you really need the downtime, and just
comes with practice.
Yeah, it's gonna be practice pretty much. So we've been doing it for a while now, so we're still mastering it, but
we're still learning.
it's always going to be hit and miss.
Every single day.
You'll get there, definitely. You'll just play around with it and see what works for you.
Yeah.
For that one.
And a real good tip for you, Ash, is just get David to do all the hard shit.
Yeah, get someone to help you.
Red Dog, just do all the heavy lifting. Yeah. That's another thing, I think, finding help. Asking for help when you need help.
Definitely.
If
Yeah.
you need advice, if you need physical help, if you need any kind of help, just ask for it. Most people that are good people that you want around, they'll give you the help, and then that offloads from you, or that helps you do it better.
Yep.
Which is what Ash is doing. She's sending in questions, she's asking for help,
Yep.
and we're just spitting what we think.
That's it.
Good question. I never thought that sort of question would come up, to be honest. So cool. Bad habit. Who are you? Another banger name. Wait, bad habit. I don't like bad habits. Give me a question. Why is your name bad? Sweet. So yeah, hopefully that answers your question, Ash. Guys, if you have any questions, send them in. If not, we will go to another topic. Tell me when to stop.
Stop. What's that one?
That's in the middle.
Stop. Stress.
That's right.
Stress is a big issue with everyone. Everyone experiences it. How they deal with it is another thing.
Yeah.
Stress.
Being aware of like stress is just the main thing.
Yep.
Like
Knowing how to release stress.
for yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Is another thing. Also, when stressed or constantly stressed and trying to lose weight is a massive thing. So your cortisol hormone, so if you're in a constant stress situation, your fight or flight is high, that can affect your weight loss. So you need to prioritize your life again and get downtime.
Or whatever it is you need.
Yeah, just
like if the stress is coming from, like you might have too much downtime.
Yeah.
You might be stressing that you're not doing anything.
You have
know?
stressful
Fucking do something.
situations, and you got to eliminate those
You need
stress.
to do your best
Yeah.
to eliminate them.
So, like if it's a horrible boyfriend or something like that, get rid of him.
Get rid of him.
Get rid of him, or sort it out. Go
Sort
get
it
some
out.
counselling. But yeah, so if you've got stuff that's
Get help.
causing the stress, eliminate it or fix it so you can reduce it. If you don't do
Reduce it,
anything
yeah.
about
Don't eliminate it because I don't think that's.
well, it depends.
Actually,
I'm
yeah,
not
there's so
saying
many
I was
different
just being
things.
shit by
Yeah.
saying boyfriend. Like they're not always stressful.
We're not that bad.
But
We're
yeah,
not that bad.
especially like also people that
Pumping through this bottle. I'm gonna have to go to the toilet.
but yeah, so people that are causing you stress, whether that is a friend or an acquaintance that is just making you feel bad or anything like that, and you don't think that it's stress, but it could be. That's what's bringing
what
it
I
on.
was getting at.
Yeah.
Like
So-
being aware and finding the triggers and then you working out how to sort that out.
Yeah.
From there,
Sort it out or eliminate it or
just control it. Like
Yeah.
yeah.
start putting
as best you can.
good habits into place instead of thinking the negatives and bad habits. So try and change it all around, especially mindset, and improve it instead of dwelling on it.
Or
pretty
adding
much.
to it.
Yeah, you don't want to add to it. Screw
I
that.
know, and I know I've struggled with that a lot.
A lot of people have struggled with stress.
You
and
get
whatever.
stressed, you're like, oh, I'll do this to like eliminate it, and you're like, fuck, like
10 times
I just
worse.
added on all the stress, and I know that has been me for
Yeah.
sure before.
Definitely.
Do you have any I don't know, do you have any pointers for any crazy ideas that people could try?
Yeah, of course I do.
Ah.
I'm one of those people that have dealt with stress, which turned into anxiety and has turned into depression. So let's get some ideas on how we can resolve that.
Yeah.
I find mindfulness is a big thing. So looking at your gratitude, changing your habits, like I said, putting that on a daily basis or a weekly basis to try and improve that is what you need. So thinking positive, reducing the negative. So instead of saying, shit, I had a horrible day today, this went wrong, this went wrong, this went wrong, let's think of the positives. So see what happens. So yes, I'm doing a live today. I'm scared, but I'm excited to do it. But no, it's a positive because I'm getting myself out there even more. So thinking the positives, encourage that to be in a daily habit.
Yeah.
Mindfulness, so yeah, your gratitude and all that sort of stuff. Do that on a daily basis. So what you're grateful for, what you're proud of today, and What else? And what you love about yourself. That is a big thing. Not a lot of people
Yeah.
would think of that as a mindfulness, but a lot of people put themselves down thinking, you know, I don't like my arms because they're so big, or something like that.
Well,
it's
that's
just
why I
like,
hate my
I
arms.
know,
Yeah, that's true.
they're massive. You don't fit into your but yeah, so thinking.
So look at the really so loose. I wear like a size 10 XL. Guys, so come on.
He's
He's lying. He's
just
kidding.
ignore him for now. But yeah, thinking self-love is a massive thing that you need to do. Also, I find for myself, and you guys can give it a go, is meditation.
Oh yeah.
Meditation to reduce the stress, anxiety, and the depression is a massive thing that I find helpful. So whether that is the day before, the day that you start, do it in the morning or in the evening when you're about to go to bed. So you set your evening so you sleep properly,
Yeah.
and then increasing from that way.
Yeah.
So they're my probably big tips when it comes to relieving stress and reducing that anxiety and depression that's coming in. So, do you have any?
Yeah, you just stole them
Just
all.
all of them? Thought so.
Do I have anything else? I think it comes back to what I said, like being aware
Yep.
of it, and then you can, like, that's the number one thing. Like, once you're aware of it, you can put all these steps into place. Like, you're not going to start meditating, you're not going to start doing
No.
mindfulness techniques or processes or whatever until you know. So, you know, if there's shit going on, if you feel like something's not working, something's not right, yeah, like, find out, and then you'll see, and then you can take steps from there.
Pretty much, yep. Small
Yeah.
steps will help, so don't do dramatic.
Just like be optimistic, like be positive. I think that's my favorite thing about me. I'm generally pretty optimistic. There's always shit going on and I'm always whinging, but if you look at
Whinges.
but the big picture's always like just a big smile, and
Yes.
not a fake smile, that's a real smile. Staying positive. Stress, anything else on stress?
The only other thing I can think of is if you're not sleeping properly,
Yeah.
stress can make it 10 times worse. Or make not sleeping can make stress 10 times
Yeah.
worse actually.
And it sucks because they're like, it's a big fucking
Yeah, they work
big
together.
vicious cycle. You know,
Exactly.
you're stressed and you're not sleeping, then you're not sleeping, so you're just fucking stressed.
Yep. So yeah, making sure. Hi Kurt. It's Wally.
Wally bro! Wally. Manu thinks. Should we answer that? Wally bro. Hey man. Is it a dude?
Yeah, it's,
Oh, yeah.
his name's Kurt.
Oh yeah. Kurt, send us a question. We're we need some. No?
Nothing.
We don't want questions from Kurt.
Oh no, Kurt, send us a question if you got one. I want to see what you can come up with.
Manu put a question mark on the end. Is that a question? Or is he just not sure?
But are you trying to get us to say something so it's regarding someone and we don't want to say it, or
Wait, what?
because it's saying I think if you said it out.
Oh, so I'm just going to read it as it says it.
Yep.
Manu Roberts, I think you are cute. He knows that. He's adorable, that guy.
Shall we find a different? Shall we move on from
Topic?
this one? Because I think we've covered stress quite well and how to help it, eliminate it, and or just improve lifestyle.
Improve it.
Yeah.
Improve it.
You choose. I picked the last one.
A watched pot never boils is what I wrote down. It's something that obviously that's just a bloody random euphemism or something like that to say.
Yeah.
What I'm getting at is like watching the clock during a training session. Is it good? Is it bad? When should it be done? When should it not be done? Do you have an opinion?
The only time a clock should be watched is when you're doing tempo and hit work.
Oh, that covers the next topic.
Sorry, not tempo. I meant Tabata.
Okay.
High interval training because you have a clock to work by.
Yeah.
So 30 seconds
and
on.
it's generally like
Yeah.
shorter.
Exactly. So you want to make sure you go hard and fast for those short period of time and then you
Yeah.
have your rest.
Yeah.
It's the only time I would say.
Yeah, like doing like a minute plank or a minute wall squat or something like
Hi,
that.
Jackie.
Hey Jackie, how are you? When you're doing like longer sets, should you look at the clock? I think it's a personal thing. Like I have a client If I tell her like, oh, you got 30 seconds to go, fuck, she just gets fired up, mad. And I go, because sometimes it's automatic, you know, you look at a clock, and you're like 30 seconds to go in your head, and you're like, cool, 30 seconds left. And then I go, like, oh no, I fucked up here. And she's like, I didn't want to know that. So I can't really tell her till it's like 15 to 20 seconds to go, because she just doesn't want to know. She'd rather just put her head down, do the work, and get a sweet, I'm done sort of thing. And I also know that some people prefer to know time as you go. They're like, tell me when it's 15, tell me when it's 30, tell me when it's 45, tell me when it gets to here. So I think as a PT, finding that out from your clients from the get-go, or for yourself, finding that out from the get-go, what do you prefer, try them both. And then you'll be different for different exercises as well. Like if I'm going on I'm a numbers person, like I love knowing where I'm at all times in terms of time or something like that. So I know that I look at the clock a lot, but I know that helps me. I don't want to, like, if I've got 30 seconds left on my rest, I want to know so I can start preparing.
Oh, definitely.
If I've got 3 minutes rest to go or something, I want to know that so I can just fucking chill out for a bit. But yeah, and then like looking,
You want to know, like, for rest period times, not just for HIIT and Tabata. Like, if you're doing heavy weights, you need at least a 2-minute break between each set. So then you know you're giving your body enough recovery time to go. So I guess watching the clock on that one will help you with that recovery time between those sets.
I think watching the clock in your rest is also a good thing, because generally, like, you would have heard it, like, oh my god, the rest went so fast. It's because you weren't fucking paying attention to the time. Like when you're doing that, I don't know, a minute on the battle rope. You're like, oh, 10 seconds, you know? You're counting and counting and counting and wanting and know the time. And then that minute, you're not thinking about the time at all. And then we might go like, cool, 10 seconds, and we're going, yeah, you're like, what the fuck? Like, that went too fast. So sometimes in the rest as well, I'll be like, sweet, you still got 45 seconds. Sweet, you still got 30 seconds. Sweet, you still got 15 seconds. Now let's start getting ready.
I hate watching the clock when doing HIIT or Tabata. Because when you're doing it, you're like, fucking hurry up. I want to finish this. And then like the rest period just goes really quickly. You're like, oh shit, gotta go. But yes.
That's a personal thing.
Yeah.
Then like, how good is it like watching people look at the clock all through their PT sessions? Like
It's
10
like,
minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes in, and they're like,
here?
how much longer? Like, come on, mate. Like, come here and enjoy it.
Exactly.
Cool. I think
that covers it,
That covers that one. I still don't know what you meant, Manu.
It's okay. I think he's just accepted that compliment and just gone with it.
You're welcome. That's what we're here for. Make you feel good.
So guys, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. We'll answer them.
We will answer them. Oh yes. Tempo.
Tempo. Is it important during your exercise?
Yes.
Definitely.
Depends.
Yeah.
There's a time and a place.
That's very true. And that time and place is when you're doing, I believe, is the heavier lifting. So your squats, definitely. Deadlifts, and any compound workouts, I believe, is the best for tempo work. But if you're doing like a HIIT, again, then...
What do you mean tempo work?
Tempo is counting.
So I think it's just always important. It's a matter of, is it always important to go slow or something, which I think what you're almost getting at maybe.
Yes, that's what I'm getting.
So there's definitely times where you don't want to go slow.
Exactly.
And there's times when you need to go slow to get a certain type of contraction.
Too bad.
You're just gonna have to go to YouTube, it'll be up later, man.
So yeah, what I was meaning is tempo is your compound. So you're counting the slowness that you're going into the exercise, like when you're doing a squat, so you're counting downwards, so you count 3 to 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then bursting back up again. That's
or
the tempo.
controlling back up.
Yes, exactly.
That's where you choose your tempo.
Exactly, whether you tempo it down or tempo it up.
Definitely with something like squats, like I know yesterday this dude, like every time he would rush down into a squat, that's when his form would fuck up. And I was like, mate, calm down. Take it easy, take a few seconds to come down, and then, like, because if he was rushing, he'd drop, and his head would drop, and his knees would drop, and then he'd come up all messy. And I was like, take it easy, and then when he slowed it down, like, his form was just perfect. Like, he went down, everything was right, he came back up, everything was right.
So that's a really good tip there, guys. So if you're finding that your technique is crap when it comes to squats or anything like that, think of tempo. Start including that into your exercises, and then see how that works, whether your technique improves.
Yeah.
So that was a good one.
I'm staying on tempo for a bit. Fuck, I had a good thing to say. Just like, yeah, using it as... Kirsty.
Go away, Kirsty.
Ready?
I'm not the nude.
There you go, Kirsty. You are most welcome. Tempo, using it as an intensity method, you know, whether you're trying to make things harder or make things easier with it. Like, you know, if you want to make that last rep harder,
Yeah.
go slow as hell or something like that. Like, increase that time under tension.
Yeah.
So tempo, like, what we've got written on here is tempo, the word tempo. So we're just going to talk about tempo. Kirsty. She just screenshotted that, I bet.
Probably.
Hopefully.
I would
I
not
hope
be
so.
surprised.
I hope so.
Knowing Kirsty, she would have done that. I'm pretty sure we'll find it in the video on YouTube, so it's fine.
Yeah. What was I going to say?
But tempo.
Yeah, back to tempo. Using it as an intensity method. Throw in those longer last sets and stuff like that. Purely because if you can, like make it a little bit extra work. I'm not saying do it every time, but I mean everyone that's trained with me, like they'll know last rep every now and then I'm like sweet, like super duper slow down like 10 seconds to lower it down like a bicep curl or something, for example.
Yeah.
Tempo's massive. Even things like tempo's everything. You can make things easier or harder with tempo. You can make things better or less better, worse, better or worse. Challenging? Yeah, you can use tempo. Tempo's amazing. Do we want to rattle off tempo anymore?
Not that.
Nah.
Yeah.
Should we cover the last topic? Does anyone else have any more questions? We do have one more topic, which to be honest, when I wrote it down, I was like, I don't know what we're gonna fucking talk about. Like, we can maybe save it for another video anyway. What do you think?
I don't know what you want to say.
It's just a topic that could last an hour, you know? Like, that's what I'm getting at. It's so super duper broad. Like, if we thought this shit was broad, that's broad.
We can put it out there, and if there's any questions to it, we'll go from that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Go
So,
from
yeah,
there.
the word written down is just like social media. Like, could we talk about social media in terms like that? So, if anyone's watching, if you have a question about social media, it can be very broad, like our thoughts, our processes, our techniques, what we do, what we're on,
Yep.
what we're not on, what we like, what we don't like, stuff like that. Any questions if something comes in, which I don't know. Do you like social media?
I don't mind social media. It can be a time waste when you're busy, when you're just wanting to flick through.
You've been on Instagram for like an hour.
Yeah, just like scrolling through everything, liking it, getting ideas. Ideas is not a time waster, of course.
Yeah, it's also,
Yeah, it's...
I'm on Instagram so much. We've been on Instagram for 45 minutes, right? You know? But it's not wasting time,
No.
It can be good.
It can be good. Like, you can get so many good ideas. You can...
Hasn't been 45 minutes.
What else in social media?
I
You can find things. Food.
Yeah.
It's
Like
really
inspiration. Yeah, it can be
inspiration.
so good and so bad depending on what you're looking at.
Yeah, exactly.
I know a lot of people.
Hi, Nicole. Oh, yep. Hi, Nicole.
I know a lot of people follow shit that isn't healthy for them.
Yes.
Stuff like that. Like they're looking at shit and just whatever that just isn't healthy, which is not good. And then it can be so good because you can be following Fitness Fidelity, Dylan Fitzpatrick, and Embrace Your Strength. You could be following them and getting so many good things.
Exactly.
So it comes down to what you're looking at on the platforms, not
Just
not
so
whether
you
it's
know,
good or bad.
we won't be posting up photos that are photoshopped to the max. Or at all, actually.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
That's one big thing I find recently.
Photoshop fucking makes me
Yes.
mad.
Seeing those photos, especially of females that have the perfect bodies on Instagram, just on the photos, it's been so photoshopped. It's not funny. Like it's, I feel sorry for the people that are like, I want to be exactly like that. Unfortunately, that's photoshopped.
She's not even exactly like that, you know?
You can adjust
Or
your
he.
photo exactly, and he. You
Dude.
can adjust your photos like that, and you can be exactly like it.
On the
But
gram.
yeah, on the gram.
On the
But
gram.
unfortunately, in person, it just doesn't work.
Yeah. I know, like, I don't really follow chicks on Instagram, like fitness chicks. I don't really know what they do, but I know there's dudes who are so big on like Instagram and stuff. And it's like in the fitness stuff, because the main shit, I don't even follow much fitness shit, to be honest.
What do you follow, Dylan?
What do I follow
Yeah,
on
what
like
do you-
social media?
yeah.
What do I consume?
Yeah. Basketball?
Basketball, heavy on basketball. Whether that's like the NBA, the NBL, or like certain teams or certain players. Definitely like athletes and stuff. That not necessarily I aspire to be like, but just like something that I value their opinions on stuff.
Definitely.
Stuff like that. Style, like even with athletes and stuff, like I definitely just follow pure athletes, like because I like their style.
Yeah.
Sneakers. Anyone who knows me knows I'm a bit of a sneaker fan. Shoes. What else? Like all my friends. I definitely follow all my friends on it because I know that they're posting stuff, and you know, if I haven't seen them for a while, I get to see some stuff just to keep in the loop. If I'm not
Trying to stay social.
hitting them up, just trying to stay social media. What else do I follow? I definitely follow like some fitness things. For not necessarily, yeah, just again, I just follow things that I'm interested in. I don't follow shit I'm not interested in. Like I don't follow a lot of things, like because I don't want to see shit that I don't want to see. You know, my time's too important to be scrolling through looking at shit that I just fucking hate or do not like or something. Anything that inspires me, motivates me, keeps me going, makes me happy.
Definitely.
That's the stuff I look at. And I look at Instagram a lot. Like, what's your most used thing? It'd be Instagram or Facebook, surely.
Instagram, probably more than Facebook.
Yeah.
But it really depends, I guess. So if I'm looking for recommendations on something that I'm trying to find,
Yeah.
like restaurants or cafes or something like that,
Yeah.
Facebook is more recommendations than Instagram.
Yeah.
Unless I find them on Instagram as well. Then check it out.
Yeah, like you
Look
see
at
it,
that
like a
food.
hashtag, like I don't know,
Exactly.
I don't do this, but I know people do. I probably fucking have, like Freo food.
Ah, okay.
I don't know if that's
Yeah,
a hashtag, but like
it
you get the
will be,
idea. Yeah, and then
definitely. You'd be
like you
surprised what
see the
hashtags are.
top
Yeah.
whatever posts, and you see some amazing food. Like shit, I gotta try that.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's why it's amazing at the same time. It can be so detrimental, but it can be so good.
Exactly.
What stuff do you follow on social media?
I do follow a lot of athletes, CrossFit people, and
Yeah, I follow
yeah,
CrossFit people.
I do follow a lot of food places as well, and dogs.
Dogs.
Gotta love dogs.
I follow, If my friends have like Instagrams for the dogs, I'm
Gotta
heavy
follow
on that. If like the people I follow have dogs and they have Instagram, I'm heavy on that as well. Yeah.
Yep. Dogs, some food, athletes, some fashion stuff as well.
Yeah.
I probably did a bit of a cull the other day on my social media. So anything that I found negative or that did not help me whatsoever,
How good is it?
yeah, you just got to clean it out and start fresh. So just get rid of anything that's a negative in your life or that you see, and then you can go from there. So like the other day, I found someone that was into Herbalife. I was like, see you later. I was like, nope.
See ya.
We don't
Catch a
believe in
bitch.
that. That's just crap, mate.
I'm so agreeing with you right now. Like most people know.
Yep. I started following someone and I went through their photos and it's just like Isogenics. So I was like, sorry, I gotta unlike you now and stop following you. Bye bye.
Yeah.
That stuff just doesn't work, guys.
Yeah, definitely.
Eat real food and stay in like a deficit if you need to, or
Someone
count calories.
send a question on that shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you post something? Oh, Kirsty posted something about that just earlier.
What about what?
Kirsty, if you're still watching, she was like, she just said what we said on her story.
Not on this one.
No,
Oh, okay.
on the story,
Yeah.
on her story.
Oh, okay, there you go.
And I was like,
Good work.
I think I might have messaged her actually and said,
Well done.
emojis?
You get the emojis.
Do you like emojis?
Well, not as much as you. You're shocking with. Well, you just have this
Shocking or
no,
amazing?
Definitely not amazing.
They're so easy.
They
It's
are.
quick.
They are. But then it's like, is this the right emoji? I remember Kirsty talking one day, and she was doing her little post for Mother's Day, and it was two girls holding hands. She's like, I don't know if this is a mother and a daughter or if this is a relationship. I was just like, it doesn't matter. Just put it up. People aren't People
Yeah.
are gonna go with what you're posting.
Hopefully,
So
hopefully.
yeah, hopefully.
And people aren't, well, fuck them.
Yeah, exactly.
I love emojis. Any of my clients that like text, anyone that texts me, anyone that messages me, anyone that like comments on my shit, I just reply with emojis. If it's like thumbs up, that's, if you go into my messages, you'll just see sent messages from me, just like this, or like this, like just all the thumbs up, thumbs down,
That would annoy me so much.
okays. But it's so quick.
No,
Like I
but
could say
that's-
okay, or like yes, or I could do this, and you're like yes.
But if it's an actual question, like, and they want a proper answer
Oh,
from it,
well,
then
if you-
you'll give
yeah.
a proper answer. You won't just do the thumbs up.
Oh Jesus!
Oh, I
You
have
should
friends
see
that
some
do
of the
that, it's just
texts.
like,
If my clients have like asked me a question, I'm like, brrr. I get messages, and I'm no, this is for real. Like I get messages from clients and like people that are like, oh, can you give me some advice on like this? And I hit them back straight away. I'm like, yes, give me some time because I'm gonna be sending you a book. And then I'm like, look, I might not get it back today because I don't want to half-ass an answer.
Yeah,
So
exactly. Yeah.
like yeah, the guys that have asked me that shit and then gotten the books in return, I go hard on responses. But yeah, if it's like, what did you message? Yeah, you messaged me something the other day, like, can I do this? I was like, yes. Actually, I think I said yeah.
You said yes back.
And a thumbs up? I think the next one was a
Yeah.
thumbs up maybe.
No.
There was 2 questions.
I don't know. I can't remember.
But yeah, I'm heavy on emojis. I reckon we wrap it up. What do you reckon?
Yeah.
Anything
I
else?
think-
Anything else? No last minute questions?
Anyone?
If we're getting any last minute questions, I like this wave thing. I don't know if it works. I don't know what happens. I've never waved at people on Instagram Live. Have you ever watched Instagram Live?
No.
I've watched it a couple of times. But
I should really watch it more. Especially the people that I follow.
the people that, yeah, I've watched it. Actually, I've watched a bit of it, but yeah, it's like when I see someone that I really like go live, and I've got time, I'll be like, shit, yeah, I'll have a look.
Definitely.
Instead of just scrolling through, like, what the fuck's going on right now? Sweet. Alrighty. Thanks for the questions. Hopefully, the guys that sent in questions, hopefully you really appreciated our answers. Hopefully, you found them insightful. This video will be going to YouTube, so the Fitness Fidelity YouTube. So, yeah. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
What'd you think?
Good.
Yeah.
We'll do it again.
Let's
Don't
do
know
it.
when. It will happen again, another live Q&A, whether that'll be me, Dill, or one of our other
The other
PTs.
guys.
Yeah, might be even more than 2 of us next time,
Yeah.
hopefully. With new questions, new answers, and yeah.
All that jazz.
Bye, guys.
Signing out.
All right, catch
Peace.
you later.
See you guys. See you.